My name is Laura Trakoff. I've been working in tech for 9 years. I currently manage a team of customer onboarding at Hover. Prior to that, I was in sales, both account executive and account management. The onboarding team that I currently manage, I built this function from the ground up. This was a team that didn't exist at my company. I hired everyone. I built out the playbooks for how we would work in the customer lifecycle. And I've also helped to develop the metrics of which, we demonstrate our ROI to both our customers and to our executives at our company. So I ended up working with Justin because I joined a company called Base, and I joined as a small business account executive. I interviewed with Justin and I knew that he would be my manager. But at that time, I was joining the company because one of my former colleagues had also joined. And, that colleague had told me Base was a good opportunity, that I should take it seriously. I liked him throughout the interview process, but I also couldn't really get a gauge on him and what it would be like working together. Like, fast forward to when I started as that small business account executive and started building a working relationship with Justin, I really bought into him as my manager and wanting to listen to him and respecting him because of three things. One, the diligence that he had towards his craft. He was consistently talking about, different selling methodologies and solutions and how to appropriately position our product to our customers and what a proper sales process could look like. And I had never had those sorts of conversations or discussions with a manager prior, and that really was exciting to me. Secondly, because he was very available. When I would come into the office, no matter what time it was, whether it was 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., whenever I was starting my day, Justin had already been there and had been there for hours. Right. Was there evaluating our pipeline, listening to calls, figuring out ways he could better coach me or coach our team members. And I just respected the hell out of that because it showed me that he was dedicated to my success and ultimately wanted to help me become a better salesperson. And so to me, actions mean everything. And Justin's actions demonstrated to me that he cared about me and ultimately wanted me to be successful in my career. And then the third piece would be his honesty. He taught me how to qualify, right? What does it mean to partner with a customer and actually make sure that our solution is the best product to help them solve their business challenges. He was always very supportive if after I had done thorough business discovery, if ultimately my product wasn't going to be the best fit. And that meant a lot to me, the fact that he didn't want us selling shit. Right? He wanted us selling qualified products to customers that had a need for them. And ultimately, that's why whenever I had that signature on the contract, I was proud, I was happy, and I knew that I not only did something good for my company, but also that I was going to make an impact for my customers as well. Before I was working with Justin, I was an enterprise SDR. I had a lot of raw sales talent. I essentially, the way that I got brought into tech was very much a whirlwind. I interviewed for a company. They called me. They flew me out to San Francisco. I was hired within a week. I had no formal sales experience or any sort of really professional training whatsoever. I was just successful based on going off of my gut, my instincts, wanting to work with customers, all of those sorts of things. But again, very raw talent. And I needed a lot of polishing. And so when I started working with Justin, he took the time and the effort to actually help me to become that better salesperson by teaching me methodologies and spending the time with me that I needed. It was phenomenal. Working with Justin made such an incredible impact on my career because working with him taught me discipline and taught me the importance of feedback. He consistently shadowed my calls, or I would send him recordings of calls to listen to. And he did a lot of fast feedback to where, he would shadow a discovery call with me. And then we would hop into a room and he would immediately say, hey, what could you have done better, Laura? What do you think about how that call? And I would give him feedback and then he would give me feedback. And it felt like a partnership, right? It was this environment that I didn't feel defensive or I didn't feel as though I had to make excuses. He created an environment in which I could be honest and also transparent around like where I thought I could get better. And he made me feel confident in expressing my gaps, because I knew ultimately that like if I expressed my gaps to him and where I thought I needed to get better as a salesperson, he would help me to up level those and not hold them against me, so long as he saw that I was putting in the effort to get better at it. I think there's 3 examples to really highlight what were my results after working with Justin. The first is that I was promoted twice at Base, the company where we worked together, twice. I was promoted twice in a year and a half. So I went from being a small business account executive when I joined to exiting as a mid-market account executive, which was like the second highest account executive position at that company. So 2 promotions in less than 2 years. The second piece is one of the biggest commission checks that I've ever received in 1 month, which was $75,000. This was the result of 3 6-figure deals that I had closed with Justin. And again, I feel very confident to say that without Justin's coaching and guidance, I don't think I would have closed those 3 deals on my own. It was because I was following like the tried and true process that he had taught me and coached me on. This had made a huge impact on my personal life. I was able to pay off some student loans. I was able to travel. I was able to accomplish a lot of things that I was looking for in my personal life. And then the third piece was that I exited that company at Base as the #1 account executive, not only for attainment on the mid-market team, but also the #1 account executive in the entire company with self-generated revenue. And that one is always the one that sticks out to me the most, because that truly came from the processes and the discipline that Justin had instilled in me. I was constantly dedicating time to prospect and cold call and find new clients. And he didn't allow me to blame my bad quota months on marketing, right? Or on lack of leads or all of these other things. He consistently pushed me to find new ways to hold myself accountable, to figure out how I was going to meet quota. And I did it. And all of that has led me to the success that I currently have, at my company, Hover. I've held a multitude of roles. I've had success in many areas, not only in sales, but also in customer experience. But the foundation that I have, I attribute a lot of that to Justin, because I don't make excuses. I hold myself accountable. I care about my customers and my cross-functional partners, and I always diligently execute on process. I would definitely recommend working with Justin. As I said, he's built the foundation for a lot of the professional attributes that I'm most proud of. I wouldn't recommend working with Justin if you're not ready, right? If you're not ready to be disciplined, to hold yourself accountable, to put in the work to be better, you don't want to work with him, right? Because he's going to push you. He's going to want you to do better. He's going to spend lots of time with you. And if you're not meeting him halfway to make that partnership successful, it's just going to be a waste of everyone's time. However, if you are ready, if you want to hear feedback, if you want honest and hard coaching, Justin's your person.